for breaking through. Betting announcement after the race. He Guy drawn barrier number 1. They're racing. Came out in a good line. Sporting Scribe and He Guy began quickly with Will Win Flyer, and further out in the track, settling down now, is Kamishima and Nas Princess showing some speed. Wider out is Tiffany's Best, who's starting to go forward, and Silver Laddie is up towards the front. Silver Laddie breaking the pack, just led, settling now. Wider out is Tiffany's Best, also charging forward, and so's Nas Princess. They're the 3 from Kamishima. Will Win Flyer further back, Barrelay. A length then to Even Psalm, back about 7th in the early point. A length and a half, Sporting Scribe, Lord Mick. 1 further back than Tri-State He Guy, followed by Verbal. Boulbard, further back Saboteur, and 2 to Kurtray. At Chiquita Lodge, and the pace on Tiffany's Best went out 3.5 to Nas Princess. A length further back in the race, then Silver Laddie 3rd. Then Kamishima off the fence 4th. A length further back, Barrelay. Will Win Flyer the rail, 3/4 Even Psalm. 2 to Sporting Scribe, Lord Mick. 1 further back, Tri-State He Guy. A length into Verbal, Boulbard, Saboteur, and 2 to Kurtray. Tiffany's Best at the 800-metre mark. Led about 6 lengths to Nas Princess. A length and a half then to Kamishima. Then came Barrelay from Silver Laddie, Even Psalm, Lord Mick. Will Win Flyer, Sporting Scribe, and well back in the race then He Guy. Tri-State Boulbard from Verbal, followed by Saboteur, and 4 lengths to Kurtray. Tiffany's Best straightened up about 3 in front, about 3 off the fence when they turned from Nas Princess and Silver Laddie. Even Psalm and Barrelay coming down the middle, finishing off from Lord Mick, and out in the centre. He Guy is starting to pick up ground. Tiffany's Best, they swallowed it up in a couple of bounds. Even Psalm in the middle, hit the front. Lord Mick, Barrelay, and He Guy further out, coming home well. It's He Guy after Even Psalm. Even Psalm in front. Sporting Scribe getting a run through with Silver Laddie the inside. Even Psalm in front. Sporting Scribe trying to get to it from He Guy, but Even Psalm scores a neck on the line. Sporting Scribe, He Guy 3rd. Then Lord Mick, followed by Silver Laddie, Saboteur late from Will Win Flyer. Then Tri-State, further back Kurtray from Boulbard. Tiffany's Best stopped quickly. Verbal further back from Nas Princess. Kamishima and Barrelay's pulled up very quickly near the back of the field.
4 Even Psalm, $8, 2.83. Sporting Scribe, 2.62. He Guy at $2. We'll have toe dividends there and the 4th number shortly. Stand by for a cross to Doomben for the preview and late mail there, and then it's Des McDonough and the look at the early weekend racing. In the Test Cricket, Australia no wicket for 47 in their first dig. 4, 3, 2. And are we going to get a 4th number? Here are the totes we have. 4 Even Psalm, $8 and 2.80. Beats 3 Sporting Scribe, 2.60. 2 He Guy, $2. Quinella 23.40, Exacta 52.80, and the trifecta 203.70. 203.70 was the trifecta for 432. 148 one race time, standing by for the 4th number for the first 4. Now race number 3, we'll have a look at the early figures there shortly. In the meantime, let's look at Doomben. Doomben today, the first race goes at 12:30.
Whether it be the Ollie factor or barrier 1 or what, but it looked clearly the pick going to the gate.
Yes, and it's a solid favourite here, number 3. It's got Oliver and Gate, number 1. They were coming up the middle as we thought they might in that previous first of the circles there, Dean.
Yeah, they did, Brian, and you know, Terry Watson's explanation of how the track's racing is very plausible. The rails moved out to avoid the bit of traffic wear on Saturday and Tuesday, but in the straight races it's got to be better out wide.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, they're coming in. Paris Heartbeat favourite, solid favourite, 320 at the moment on Super Tab. Pelikanos away from the line. Carlin, Wyndham Special goes up. It's quite easy in the betting. Fra's turn breaking through the gates before they went in the previous. It was a late scratching. Number 10. The race went to 4 Even Psalm, who beat 3 Sporting Scribe and 2 He Guy. And the first, a pretty soft win to 2 Flash from 3 K Bellamia. And the third in was number 18, Fuji Dancer. Now they're just about ready for race number 3. Huge crowd here. It'll get up towards the 100,000 mark, I would think. As they get set for the third on the card, Pelikanos to come up. Pelikanos to go in. And the last one up will be Volcanello, and they'll be set to go. They're racing off the outside barrier here, Pelikanos. Volcanello now goes to the outside, 15. And they're set to go. Paris Heartbeat drawn the inside, the favourite for the race. And the lights are blinking on top of the gates. Over at the 1,400-metre start. Track now good, they're racing. Paris Heartbeat, one of the first out. Rain Dance Ladies gone away with them, but went back to the rear with Marouche. Wyndham Special away quickly, showing speed. Serious Drink is quickly rushing up towards it, and wider out now, going around them, Volcanello. And Volcanello from the outside took it up from Wyndham Special. They went quick early. Serious Drink third. 2 lengths for the back, Pelicanos, and they're followed back behind those by Carlin. Paris Heartbeat over on the inside. Pushing up in the middle is Rash Brighter, a length for the back, Cal Rise. They're followed further back because they come off the top of the circle. Carlin just drifting out of its ground, followed to the outside by Innis Treasure. Paris Heartbeat getting back along the inside. Rain Dance Lady still last. Carlin's gone around the outside to lead now from Volcanello, Serious Drink. Wyndham Special further back from Pelicanos. Further back in the race then came Cal Rise, Chenar. Then came Chicky, followed by Rass Bright here. Paris Heartbeat off the fence from Innis Treasure. Rain Dance Lady, Marouche pulled out wide. In the straight they race and go to the 400-metre mark. In the middle, Serious Drink going up to Volcanello, Wyndham Special. Broker's Point back on the inside, followed further back in the race by Rory's Jane, and wider out in the track. Paris Heartbeat getting out and coming home well, and further out on the track now with a fairly good run is Chenar, but halfway up the running, Paris Heartbeat after over on the inside, Rory's Jane. Paris Heartbeat and Rory's Jane. Rory's Jane, Paris Heartbeat, Paris Heartbeat. Last stride over Rory's Jane. Wyndham Special got through to run third. Then Serious Drink from Innis Treasure. Further back, Pelicanos. Rain Dance Lady, Broker's Point behind them from Chicky. Further back in the race then Carlin, Rass Bright and Marouche. Well back there was Kel Rise, followed by Cheddar pulling up quickly. And after leading up, getting tired, turning for home is Volcanello.
Number 3, the winner, Paris Heartbeat, $3.10, $1.60. Number 15, Rory's Jane, $18.70. And for third, number 4, Wyndham Special, $3.70. 3 is the winner.
15 is second, Rory's Jane. And waiting on the number for third, 3, 15 and 4. 3, 15 and 4. 3, 15 and 4. Last stride here for Paris Heartbeat. 3, 15 and 4 in 122.1. 3 gets it, number 3. Worked his way through the race, coming around the turn. Oliver, again, straight up the centre of the track. And although Rory's Jane got through nearer the inside, he's been able to nail Rory's Jane near the line. He had plenty of horse under him when they turned. There was about 4 or 5 across the track. And he got this out in time. Paris Heartbeat, the heavily backed favourite. And it's got to Rory's Jane late in the race to score with Wyndham Special in third placing. 3, 15 and 4 in 122.1. Gerald Ryan prepares. Paris Heartbeat has been well placed, and Gerald's with Dean Lester now.
Thanks very much, Brian. I'm joined by Gerald, and Gerald, Paris Heartbeat, she went to the gates looking the winner, and she's got there in the last stride.
Yeah, it took D. Oliver to get her there, but no, it was a bit tight early in the straight, and she's in an awkward posse, but got out, got the line good. Just watching the replay there, head on, looks as if she's still on her Brisbane leg, so you know, hope she's going to improve a little bit.
She a fairly recent acquisition to your stable, having Perth form early in her career?
Yeah, she came over to us in February with the idea of getting her ready for Sydney and Melbourne, and she didn't do all that crash hot when she came up to Brisbane, so we just gave her a nice spell until she was ready to come back.
You're likely to have a favourite later in the day with the Expat. You won that race last year with Rebel with a Cause. How would you line the two up?
Oh, I think the Expat's a better horse than Rebel with a Cause, but, you know, it's a better field this year too, you know.
But he was an impressive win at Geelong, and you got no doubts with the 1400 with him today?
Little doubt. You know, perhaps he would have been better with 1200, another 1200 under his belt, but, you know, he's had plenty of work. He's been in work a long time, and, you know, he's going in it fitting well, and if he's ever going to run 1400, it'll be today.
Well, Gerald, good to see you in the winner's stall on Oaks Day, and thanks for talking to us on Sport 927.
Okay, thanks, Dean.
Tate's here, mate.
All right, we'll leave it there. 3, 15 and 4. Fourth in was number 5, which was Serious Drink. 3, 15, 4 and 5. Next event from Clare, in fact, is the first event, and it goes at 1 o'clock. Number 1, Pantini Papa, $8.20 and $5.20.
For the race from the Big Chill, who's drawn over on the inside. Late money coming in for Born Priceless, who ran well at Moonee Valley, the WA filly last start. And they're moving in well here, Dean. What did you think?
Thought the race revolved around the two trained by the Aquanita operation, Brian. Oh, so discreet, the Big Chill. Big Chill, she did miss the start quite badly at her debut, which maybe, if she repeats that today, may be a blessing, because she might go straight across the back of the field to get to the outside rail, which is obviously going to be the desired place to race. Oh, so discreet was impressive at the night meeting. I thought Born Priceless out of the Group 2 race would run well, and Russian Caravan's made nice improvement on her first up run, and the dry track today is a real plus.
Yeah, she's trained right up for it to Russian Caravan. There's no money for her today. Longastine's got out in the market. There's a good nibble for Born Priceless right in the last couple of minutes of the market here. Number 1, it's on 960 and 260 now. Solid favourite is Oh So Discreet, number 5. The solid second pick is the Big Chill. So they're the 2, the 5 and the 13 with good late support here for number 1. Born Priceless, and just trimming up a couple of points is Dolce Veloce. Now, Hello Boys is ready with Gantry. The Big Chill from gate number 1. Longastine's been in for a while. Oliver now putting the full weight of the back of the filly now, and she is well behaved. Away from the line coming up now is Parisa. Parisa goes forward. It's found its position now, Parisa. Now, the one that's a bit of a handful here is Titanic Rose. Titanic Rose to come up to gate number 13. She was just pulling back when they made an attempt to box her. And they link arms behind the filly now, Titanic Rose. Looks as though she's going to cooperate. Yes, she goes in. Russian Caravan out in 12, and Vignette will come from the outside here, 14. We've just about closed the gate behind Titanic Rose. Yes, and now Vignette in the red cap, Longastine, the same connections in the race colours listed. Dolce Veloce goes into line. Pulls back again. Oh So Discreet out of 9, the Big Chill out of gate number 1. Now waiting on Dolce Veloce to go in. Dolce Veloce to come to its gate, gate number 7. Longastine in 6. Won the Maribyrnong trial last spring, just on 12 months ago. Now Dolce Veloce going up to 7. The lime colours out in 9 is Oh So Discreet. They're just about ready. Shenny is ready. Now the light is blinking. No, Dolce Veloce pulling back again. The Big Chill on the inside of Gantry. Hello Boys in 3. Further out here in 4 is Petula. Parisa in 5. It's set. Longastine in 6. And up comes Dolce Veloce. I think they've got it in. Yes, into 7 it goes. Set to run. Ready for the Cadbury Res Roses. The light blinking on top of the gates. Stalls back racing. Oh So Discreet has began well. Had a bit of a bump with one Shenny after the start, and beginning very fast as Vignette down the outside. All coming to the grandstand rail. Longastine behind those. Born Priceless and Easy Virtue going quickly. And on the outside here, it's Vignette headed off by Russian Caravan. Moving forward a little further in now is Easy Virtue, and further in there. Behind those, Born Priceless. Oh So Discreet just trying to get a run between them, held up, and further back Longastine. Then Parisa well back now from barrier 1 on the outside fence now is the Big Chill. At the 600-metre mark, they're across the track. Easy Virtue, Russian Caravan, Titanic Rose, and Vignette. A length further back, Oh So Discreet. Longastine coming down the outside with the Big Chill. They're running on. Further in Gantry, followed by Dolce Veloce. Hello Boys. Further back, Born Priceless lost some ground, followed by Petula. Out wide, Vignette, Titanic Rose, and Longastine on the outside fence. Further in, Dolce Veloce from Russian Caravan and Oh So Discreet. Out wide, Vignette, Dolce Veloce went to it. Longastine coming down the outside, finishing hard. The Big Chill waiting for a run through. Dolce Veloce in front. It buckled there. Vignette's grabbed it. The Big Chill getting a late split. The Big Chill. The Big Chill's got up to win from Vignette and Longastine. Dolce Veloce seemed to pig root close to the line, followed further back by Oh So Discreet. Then Easy Virtue further back, then came Shenny. Gantry, Russian Caravan, Hello Boys, Titanic Rose. Then further back, Parisa. Further back, then came Petula, and Born Priceless near the tail.
Number 13, the winner, the Big Chill, $5.70, $2.20. Number 11, Vignette, to pay $3.20 for third. 3, Languastine, $3.40. Let's go back to Flemington.
The outside fence behind them. And has come out after Vignette and Longastine. Dolce Veloce had headed those, but just seemed to pig root down at the Steward's Tower inside. Let's have a look at this replay. Yeah, it's been hitting the flank or something, and the rider had to take hold. And those with the momentum have swept hard, and the Big Chill's got up to beat Vignette.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much, Brian. 13, 11, 3 and 2 should be the numbers. Race number 4 from Flemington. Now for Aristocrat, the people who make the pokies we play for fun. Donnie Sutherland is out and about this afternoon. Donnie, where are you headed?
I'm headed to the Open Hearth Hotel, mate. Which
Is that Universal Prince now back to 100% fitness?
He always was.
No worries, B. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
That's all the news from down here, John.
No, they crossed.
but it's all Clan O'Sullivan, and with 100 metres to go, if you're a Clan fan, start cheering for him. He's killing them in the run to the line. Clan O'Sullivan first go.
Hi, I'm Frank Cleary, and I've been asked to tell you about my mate Steve Giddy's great little pub at Mortlake, the Palace Hotel. You know, I had great fun winning the Magic Millions with Clan O'Sullivan and the Golden Slipper with Catbird, but the best fun I've had is when I go to the Palace for a relaxing drink with my mate Curly. I take my wife and family to the bistro any day of the week for a great feed.
And Frank, tell our friends about the Butte Tab and Pokey Lounge and the reception area for staff or Christmas parties.
Curl, that's what I like about you. You don't forget a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Take Frank and Curly's advice. Have fun. Take the fun to Mortlake's Pride and Joy, the Palace Hotel, 62 Tennyson Road. There's a group of anglers who've just fulfilled a dream. 2 minutes north of the Spit Bridge, they've opened a fishing superstore. Fish Out of Water is going to be a lot of people's favourite fishing spot. The ultimate range of everything on 2 floors at Sydney's most competitive price. Try out in the casting area, sign up for a class, or just reel in one of the salespeople. These guys dream fish. Australia's newest fishing superstore has plenty of on-site parking 7 days a week. Fish Out of Water, 263 Condamine Street, Manlyvale.
Flemington, they're getting set for race number 5. Favourite is number 1, the Expat, $1.90, $1.40. The second pick is number 3, Vladivostok, 7 even, 2.10 and 5. Susie Gray, 9.70, 2.50. Let's take your trackside. Here's Brian.
Bendifico, Beedman riding now, drawn out wide. Achieved is in. Our Cause for Divorce coming up. For the Greys race, a field of 15 running. Well, 16 actually, with the bottom 3 not required, and they're ready to go. The Gold Colours is the favourite, the Expat. From the outside, the lights are blinking. Set to go. Racing. Jumped in a good line, and the Expat from the outside flew out. Idyllic Dream away quickly. The Expat pushing forward, and so too has Dance the Music. Dance the Music just led the Expat settling down. Idyllic Dream has now gone up third, although whipping around it, going forward. Kimberley's Hope up third. Then Idyllic Dream, and further back Mysterieux. Cause for Divorce back in the middle, further out of its ground. Then on the inside, Final Miss from Island Beat. Achieved has got back from Pindy Ridge, Vladivostok. Well back in the race, then Susie Gray, Splendifico, Pattern Pay. And on the outside of it, Ask the Phantom, the well strung out as the Expat at the 8.50 took it up. A length and a half in front of Dance and Music, a length and a half Kimberley's Hope. They're followed by Cause for Divorce, who's up on the outside of Idyllic Dream. Further back in the race then came Flashline, Final Mr. Gap, Island Beat. Well back then Mysterieux. Vladivostok the inside. Further back Splendifico, Pindy Ridge. Well back was Pattern Pay turning for home, followed to the outside by Ask the Phantom and Susie Gray out in the middle, and the leader is the favourite, the Expat, down at the 350 metre mark. He's sitting quietly on it. 2 lengths Idyllic Dream, followed by Vladivostok off the fence, finishing on pretty well. The Expat put under pressure. Vladivostok's get up on the inside from Idyllic Dream, and Susie Gray wider out, coming home well. Vladivostok getting up to the Expat. Susie Gray, Idyllic Dream getting the last crack at them. Vladivostok at the front. Susie Gray wearing it down on the outside, and Susie Gray a half-length Vladivostok. Ahead third, Idyllic Dream. Then Achieve came home well for fourth, followed for the back by Pindy Ridge. Behind those, Splendifico. Then Final Miss. The Expat got very tired from Island Beat. A gap in the race further back than Kimberley's Hope. Followed by well back is Dance the Music. The outside, Pattern Pay. Then came Mysterieux, Flashline, Cause Divorce just near the tail.
Number 5, the winner, Susie Gray, $9.80, $2.60. 3, Vladivostok, $2.20, and 13, Idyllic Dream at $3.40, 5-3-13.
Susie Gray, number 5 from Wellback, ridden by Scotty Seamer, that man again, the cup man. Vladivostok, number 3, second, and Idyllic Dream, number 13, will get third. 5, 3 and 13. 5, 3, 13. Well, he tried to give this a hand to run the trip, the 1400. Jockey Pat Pay straightened up under a good hole, but he was nursing, and realised that Vladivostok was getting to him. He put the horse under pressure. He didn't find much. And then Susie Gray and Idyllic Dream back inside her started to come with their runs. Vladivostok reached the lead inside the 100, but Susie Gray just pinged at it close to the line to get up to win by about a half length. 5, 3 and 13 and 122.3. Susie Gray prepared by Alan Bailey. There's 1-5 from 14, ridden by Scotty Seamer. Turned well back in about the last 4 or 5. Peeled down the middle of the track and has finished off too well at 10.30 and 2.80. Vladivostok, $2.
In New South Wales, 5, Susie Gray, $9.80 and $2.60. 3, Vladivostok, $2.20, and 13, Idyllic Dream at $3.40. The Quinella paid $38.30, Exact is $70.30, and the trifecta's returned $570.30. $570.30. Standing by for the first 4 to come through on race number 5 from Flemington.
On 2KY Racing Radio, TAB dividends are brought to you by Aristocrat Pokies. The games people play for fun.
Openers in the Oaks, race 6, number 1, Wanmo, 25 and 7, 2 Magical Miss, 410, 250, 3 Keys, 7 even, 260. Number 4, Lilo Lil, 540, 160, 5 Gold Lottie, 840, 280, 6 Uga Chaka, $943, 7 Hot Beat, 42 and 10, 8 Paladamar, 55 and 11. Number 9, Edging Out, 59 and 12, 10 Menang, 16 and 4, 11 Tully Thunder, $872, 12 Carla Keys, 142 and 25, 13 Warm Smitzer, 20 and 5, 14 Just a Believer, 142 and 29, number 15 Princess Dahir, 41 and 8, and 16 Precious Lass, 65 and 11. Favourite is number 2, Magical Miss, 410, 250. Selections are 2, 4, 5, 15. That race is timed for 3 o'clock. Here comes that first 4 on the previous event at Flemington. 5, 3, 13 and 10, $15,332.80. $15,332.80, race 5 on the numbers 5, 3, 13, 10, race number 5 from Flemington. After Toowoomba, we head back to Clare for race number 3. The update there. Number 1 is Blazing Greg, 20 and 7, 2 Act Shaw, 740, 340. 3 is out. Number 4, Demolition Dame, 19 and 8, 5 Desert Ghost, 15 and 4. Number 6, Gold Island, 23 and 5, 7 Grabber Granny, 22 and 5. Number 8, Jern Bella, $2.50, $1.10, 9 Kuda Shinta, it's showing 14 and 3. 10 Miss Shoshana, 21 and 5, 11 Thread, 670, 180, and number 12 Vakino, 770 and $2.20. Favourite is number 8 Jern Bella. For Simon Price, $2.50, $1.10, selections 8, 12 and 4. That race is time for 2:30. We're going to take a short break. On the other side, we're off to Toowoomba for race number 1 and Craig Rail.
For today's best value selections, call Just for Racing on 1300.
Most of these fillies are stepping out as they get ready. Lilo Lil's been around the money. Keys, of course, won the Wakeful. Lilo Lil ran well. Gold Lottie ran so well in that race. Bit of money for Wanmo, just a bit over the odds at the moment. According to a few punters, it comes at a couple of points. It's still out at about $22, number 1. Gear change on today. Warm Smitzer won the Oaks Trail down at Geelong. Comes in a point. But the solid favourite is Magical Miss, number 2, and she's about to come forward now under Stephen Arnold. Second pick before they go off would be Keys ahead of Lilo Lil.
All clear is there at Toowoomba, all clear. 1.5, 1 3/4, 1.5, 1 3/4. 240.63, 240.3, mile rate 25.46.
Just about ready to go. The line, it looks good. There's 1 or 2 a bit fractious. They settle now, about to go. Lights flashing. Set. Gates are back and they're racing in the Crown Oaks. And Keys, one of the first out with Carla Keys, and Magical Miss has shown some speed out of the gate today from Wanmo. Further out is Warm Smitzer and Just a Believer, and Lilo Lil is pushing up. Warm Smitzer from the outside on the first corner is going to lead Lilo Lil, and Magical Miss up running third today, followed further back by Just a Believer, Carla Keys. Wanmo in the middle, a length further back than Princess Dahir. Uga Chaka out 3 deep and Paladamar 4 deep. Then Keys is 1 off the fence. Further back, Precious Lass from Edging Out, Menang, Hot Beat. Then Tully Thunder and 2 to Gold Lottie last of all. They've got over the crossing at the 2,000 and going quickly Warm Smitzer, but Paladamar's gone around it, and Paladamar's gone up on the outside of the 1,850 to take the lead now by 2 lengths to Warm Smitzer. 2 further back, Just a Believer, and Lilo Lil is back on the rail running 4th. A length and a half further back, Uga Chaka got in 5th on the outside of the favourite, who's back along the inside. A length and a half to Wanmo. Magical Miss, the favourite, over on the rail. Wanmo's up on the outside of Carla Keys. 1 further back, Keys. They're followed by Princess Dahir from Precious Lass, and further back in the race, Menang edging out in front of it from Tully Thunder. They're followed by Hot Beat, and 2 to Gold Lottie last of all at the 1,400 metre mark into the back. In the Oaks and the leader, Paladamar, a length and a half in front of Warm Smitzer, a length further back, Lilo Lil. They're followed by Just a Believer 4th, 5th over on the inside, Magical Miss. A lot closer today. Outside of Uga Chaka at the 1,200 metre mark. 2 lengths further back, then Wanmo on the outside of Carla Keys, a length and a half, Precious Lass with Keys, the inside, then Princess Dahir. A length further back, then Tully Thunder, followed by Edging Out. Menang on the inside with Hot Beat, and Gold Lottie went up on the outside of it. At the 1,000-metre mark in the Oaks, and Palladamar 2.5 in front from Warm Schmeitzer. A length and a half to Lyle Lil. A length further back running fourth, Just a Believer. Magical Miss has had a beautiful trip over on the inside fifth. They're followed a length off by Uga Chaka. It's starting to work off the rail now. Magical Miss goes up inside, Just a Believer. Right behind it, Uga Chaka. Two further back than Carla Keys. One no, followed by Keys. Princess de Hair, Menang back to the inside, edging out, followed by Tully Thunder. Coming around the home turn, Palladamar stayed to the rail, skipped about 2.5 in front of Warm Schmeitzer and Magical Miss. He puts her into the race out in the middle in the white cap. Further back then, Lilo Lil the centre. A gap then to Carla Keys, Uga Chaka, and Keys the widest runner as Magical Miss starts to pick up. Going to the 200-metre mark, she reaches the lead in a couple of bounds. And look at her go now. Magical Miss put 2-3 on Lilo Lil, then Keys and Carla Keys. But Bart, you've got your 8th Oaks today because Magical Miss is streaking away from Lilo Lil. Menang running on late, but down to the line and Magical Miss by 5 lengths. Either Menang or Lilo Lil in the minors photo. Further back then came Carla Keys, followed by Hot Beat. Then Wando Keys behind the Uga Chaka edging out. Tully Thunder, Gold Lottie. Well back Palladamar, followed further back in the race by Precious Lass, Warm Schmeitzer, Princess de Hair and Just a Believer near the tail.
Number 2, the winner, Magical Miss, $3.10, $1.60. A photo of the minors. Number 4, Lilo Lil, $2.20. Or number 10, Menang, at $3.50.
Number 2, Magical Miss, didn't she lengthen down at the 350-metre mark? She put 4 lengths on them. Number 10 has got second after the print. Number 10, and that is Menang, just poking through in time to push Lilo Lil out of second placing, 2:10 and 4. 2:10.4, truly run race, 2:34.7. Record set by Courtier Band back in a Queen Elizabeth Stakes a few years ago of 2:33. That's a very good clip for the fillies. Oh, different filly today. She came out on the bridle, settled up 4th and 5th most of the way. Arnold had her off the fence inside the 700-metre mark. And she joined in out in the middle of the track. He knew where he wanted to go. And she's burst away to give Bart now 8 Oaks races. And he probably had this earmarked from the day he purchased the horse for the sales in Sydney. Bardane Hill from Hook Bid, a spectacular bid mare.
All right, we'll leave it there.
And they're in and ready to go. Off and running, and they've come out in a good line. Pentathlon on the inside with Blues Tempo, the first out here. Going quickly around the outside, Leicester Thunderwing, and further out is Mr. Trickster, and from the outside, Chamu is nice and handy. It's whipping around the outside, Chamu, to take it up now from Pentathlon. Leicester Thunderwing, Mr. Trickster pushing up in the middle. Prince of War is out deep and travelling forward from Blues Tempo, Archmobile, LDC, Midday Matinee, and further back in the race then Lodgett, Embraceable You. Further back then came Ecstasy, followed by Clive, and Khan Bell last of all as Chamu took up the lead along the back. Moved 2.5 in front now from Prince of War at the 1,200-metre mark through to Pentathlon. Moving up outside it now, Mr. Trickster third, Pentathlon fourth, and they went hard early. 2 lengths further back in the race, then Archmobile 3 deep around the outside of Leicester Thunderwing. Blues Tempo, the rail, 3 lengths further back, LDC, Midday Matinee, then Embraceable You. Further back, Lodgett, followed by Khan Bell. Well back in the race was Ecstasy coming down the side, and outside it Clive. The pace is right on as they come along here, and the leader still is Chamu. Chamu about 4 lengths in front, and second placing is Prince of War. A length further back, Mr. Trickster, followed on the inside by Pentathlon. Well back in the race then came over on the inside, Blues Tempo. Now, where's Don Eduardo? Just can't pick him up in the field. He's tailed.